Well, folks, as the day continues, the cleanup of Alexandra Park continues, and it's been going on for hours now. In fact, the amount of debris in the park is so extensive that the city has had to have heavy construction equipment come in just to haul away much of the debris. This was not a park, this was a filthy tent city.
White people actually sick. White people
David Menzies for Rebel News here in Toronto. Well, folks, I'm at Alexandra Park. It's one of Toronto's downtown parks, or at least it was until now, because for months now it has been taken over by homeless people. There has been a huge tent city that was erected here, and well, it's gone now. The city is now on to its second bin of, well, basically garbage and debris that have been strewn around the park, and of course the illegal tents. Now, once again, the city has erected a fence, much like they had to at Trinity Bellwoods last month. In fact, it's deja vu all over again. Do you remember when we were in Trinity Bellwoods last month, how a similar operation was carried out there? Check it out. And it looks like Mayor John Tory, it's no more Mr. Nice Guy. There are more than 100 police officers here. There are members of the riot squad. We saw the mounted unit. And basically, it's time to take back the park from squatters that have been here for months. Actually, correct that. It's been well over a year that there has been a filthy tent city in this park. And it's been months and months of negotiations. That has done nothing. So the police are here to evict these illegal squatters. Well, once again, there are more than 100 police officers and city security guards at this park. And this is the incredible thing about how woke, how progressive Toronto is right now. It used to be area residents would cheer the idea that vagrants and hobos and what have you were being moved out of a public park and desecrating that public park. But in Toronto...
Yay! Away from me! Don't even get off of me! I didn't do anything!
We're under arrest right now for assault.
You have the advocates for the homeless coming and trying to prevent law enforcement from doing their job. Indeed, homeless advocates are actually now advocating that the homeless should remain homeless, and there is no reason for that. Reached out to the city, and there are more than 6,000 shelter spaces. Some of those shelter spaces are housed in hotels, if you can believe it, and there is plenty of space there. As well, there is absolutely no entitlement for anyone to be using a public park as a place to live, do drugs, defecate, and so on. As you can tell by this second bin filling up, what happened to Alexandra Park in the last several months was an absolute disgrace. And let's be honest, who are the people that are camping out at Trinity Bellwoods and Alexandra Park? Well, I would argue, folks, many of them are people that simply do not want to work. Why is it that in the GTA, we have to fly in migrant laborers from Mexico and the Caribbean during planting and harvesting season? Why aren't those jobs being filled locally? And by the way, this is nothing against the migrant laborers who come in. They work so hard. But surely if we have able-bodied people in these camps, why can't they be put to work on a farm for a salary? And secondly, ever since the 60s and 70s, when we deinstitutionalized the mentally ill, the idea was that there would be no problem as long as they continue to take their meds. Well, that was a big if. When they go off their meds, they are unstable. We don't have those asylums where these people used to reside. And so those two are on the street camping out. Now, again, there should be absolutely no right for individuals to think that they can camp in a public park, especially when there is drug use happening, there are syringes being left near playgrounds. It is an utter disgrace. There you go. So in the meantime, we're going to be here to witness the cleanup, and it's quite the cleanup, I can tell you, and see if there are any more shenanigans. I believe 9 people so far have been arrested since this operation began this morning. So we'll hang around and see if there's any more trouble to be caused here today.
Under arrest right now for assault.
I didn't fucking arrest him. Oh my God.
Get an officer and you walk away.
Someone help me. Loser. Loser.
She's been on me.
Well, I reported 9 arrests. We'll make that 10. That lady over there has been arrested. And according to the security guard, he was spat upon by her when he was just saying that he was doing his job by providing security for the city of Toronto. So, like I said, it is baffling that people that live in this neighborhood, well, at least some people, actually support the idea of a filthy, dangerous tent city setting up. I guess they subscribe to the idea of Toronto is a sanctuary city, and hey man, do your own thing. It doesn't matter if you're a maker or a taker. You're allowed to break the laws and create a disgrace that we just saw disassembled. But I can tell you, I don't think they speak for everyone, folks, because just a second ago, a woman was driving by in her SUV and she gave a big thumbs up to the policeman behind me. I would argue the silent majority is getting sick and tired of having to deal with this kind of a cesspool springing up in Toronto's parks every summer. One of the reasons this sprawling, filthy tent city was so egregious is just look at what it backs up against, folks. We have a community center, we have a children's playground, we have some hockey rinks. If we're all about creating safe spaces for our community, would you let your child come to this park, given the drug use, given the violent types that are seen here? And I'm not making an exaggeration. You might recall how last September, when I was at Trinity Bellwoods, I wasn't even engaging the homeless that were there. And look at what this individual did. He actually sicked his dangerous dog on me. Check it out. This is really rich. There are people here breaking the Trespass Act.
Please move. I don't like myself being filmed. You don't have the right to actually smash that camera.
Hey,
right now.
I wouldn't do that.
I have the right to smash that camera.
Don't do that.
By law, I have the right to smash that.
You have the right to smash that camera by law?
Yeah, by law, you know I have to smash that camera.
What law are you quoting? Yeah, and in addition to dangerous dogs, what about all the syringes that are left on the ground? It is a disgrace, and it never should have been allowed to happen in the first place.
White people did this
Individual did.
White people did
Actually sicked his dangerous dog on me. Check it out. Yeah, and in addition to dangerous dogs.
White people down. Your fault.
Hey guys, did I hear right? I thought I heard a car drive by and people were calling you guys white supremacists. No? Is that what I heard? No. I mean, you don't look like white supremacists to me, sir. I think you're laughing behind that mask. Come on, let it out. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
It's fine, sir.
Okay, then. Have a good day. Well, folks, as the day continues, the cleanup of Alexandra Park continues, and it's been going on for hours now. In fact, the amount of debris in the park is so extensive that the city has had to have heavy construction equipment come in just to haul away much of the debris. This was not a park, this was a filthy tent city. But I'm afraid when it comes to urban renewal in the city of Toronto, it's really just a game of whack-a-mole, isn't it? Last month it was Trinity Bellwoods. Today it's Alexandra Park. You know, as we were driving down here on Dufferin Street, we noticed new tents had just popped up at Dufferin Grove Park. So the cycle continues, the city issuing eviction notices, waiting 6 or 7 weeks, and then finally dismantling those tent cities. Why not nip it in the bud when the very first tent goes up? Why not direct those people who are in need to one of the more than 6,000 shelter beds that exist in the city? Or then again, is that just too logical in Mayor John Tory's Toronto? For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Folks, you know, unlike the bought and paid for Justin Trudeau Liberal Media Party, we here at Rebel News like to bring you the other side of the story. If you'd like to help us out, please go to rebelfieldreports.com. That's rebelfieldreports.com. And if you're able to, kindly make a donation.